Far out in the North Atlantic lies a stretch of ocean feared by sailors and pilots alike, a place where the water hides more than the eye can see, where the air feels heavier, where the horizon itself seems to twist and shift. This is the Bermuda Triangle, a vast forbidden zone where ships vanish into the deep and planes disappear into thin air without so much as a single cry for help. They say it has claimed thousands over the centuries, from mighty warships to small fishing boats, from powerful jets to lone pilots daring the skies. They speak of storms that appear from nowhere, of sudden walls of fog that blind the strongest lights of compasses, spinning wildly as if some unseen hand is turning the needle. Stories begin with the disappearance of Flight 1905 American bombers on a routine mission that never returned. Their last radio calls spoke of strange readings of endless ocean that did not match their maps of the sun vanishing behind an unnatural haze. Then there was silence, no wreckage, no bodies, only questions. Months later, the mighty USS Cyclops, the largest loss of life in U.S. naval history outside combat, set sail, never to be seen again. No distress call, no debris, as if it had slipped between worlds, and the sea closed over it with a grin. There are tales of ghost ships found adrift, sails full of wind, decks wet with ocean spray, yet not a single soul aboard, not even footprints on the deck, instruments left running, meals left half-eaten, coffee still warm. The compass needles shake as though afraid of what they might point to. Fishermen have spoken of being swallowed by glowing fog that swirls like living smoke, muffling sound until they can hear only their own heartbeat. Moments stretch into hours, hours stretch into days, then suddenly the fog clears and the ocean is empty, and still others tell of time itself breaking, of planes that vanish from radar reappearing far away moments later, their clocks showing the correct time, yet the pilots insisting only minutes had passed, though days had gone by. On the outside, deep below the waves, divers report strange structures of stone covered in coral, monoliths carved in shapes no human hands could have made, hinting at a city swallowed long before our time, perhaps Atlantis or something even older. They say magnetic storms rage here without warning, scrambling navigation, shutting down radios, leaving ships adrift and blind. Some speak of seeing enormous glowing eyes rising from beneath the waves, watching silently before sinking back into the black depths. There are whispers of government files locked away in guarded rooms, full of photographs and sonar scans that show shapes far too large to be whales. Some survivors claim they drifted into another world entirely, where the sky was red and silver, where cities floated in the clouds, where voices whispered their names, though they could see no one. A few sailors tell of chasing an island that appeared on their radar, only to watch it fade like smoke as they drew closer, leaving nothing but empty. Sea theories abound. Some speak of alien craft using the triangle as a portal between stars. Others believe it is a natural vortex of energy pulling everything into another realm, and still others think the triangle hides the ruins of a lost empire whose machines still hum deep beneath the sea. Every wreck, every vanishing, every impossible return adds another thread to the triangle's shroud of terror and mystery. Even now ships chart a wide path around it, pilots alter their courses rather than tempt fate, because the triangle sleeps, but it never dies, and sooner or later it will call again, and when it does it may not let go. But some say the triangle is alive, that it thinks that it chooses who will vanish and who will be allowed to leave as a warning to others. They tell of a freighter that entered its waters under a bright morning sky, the crew confident and laughing, the radar clear, the sea calm. By midday, a wall of black clouds appeared out of nowhere, stretching from horizon to horizon, blocking the sun and swallowing the light. The ship's engines slowed, the compass spun, and the air thickened until movement felt like pushing through water. Strange lights began to dance across the waves, pale blue, white, and green, flickering in patterns, as if speaking in a language no one could understand. Then came the sound, low and endless, like the hum of a giant machine buried deep beneath the ocean floor. The crew gathered on deck, staring at the water, where shadows moved far below, some huge, some thin, and twisting shapes that did not match anything known to man. One by one the shadows rose closer, the water bulging upward as though something was pressing from beneath the surface. The ship shuddered, the sky roared, and without warning the sea split open into a dark spiral, dragging the vessel down. The captain screamed orders, but the sound was torn away by the wind. Survivors say the last thing they saw was a great black shape far larger than their ship gliding beneath them before everything went silent. When the storm cleared days later, the ocean was smooth, the ship was gone, no debris, no oil, no trace, and the coordinates of its last location no longer existed on any map. Those who hear the story dismiss it as legend, but the locals say the sea sometimes remembers and returns what it has taken. Months or years later, a vessel will drift into harbor, its paint faded, its deck covered in salt, its radio silent, and no crew aboard, only wet footprints that lead to the rail and stop suddenly as if their owners had stepped off into thin air. And the whisper, carried on the wind, says the triangle does not claim victims, it keeps them, and somewhere far below in the darkness they are still calling for help, waiting for the next ship to join them forever in the heart of the ocean's forbidden zone.